live. Oh, this is so exciting. I am joined by Jaime Donally and Thomas Riddle. And Thomas right now is giving us a little bit of a sneak peek into Roper Mountain Science Center. This is our venue for our upcoming Global Maker Day, which is happening October 18th. It is an incredible, incredible day. Jaime, if you want to just let people know if they haven't participated before, like, why should they be registering? And the registration link is right down below.
Oh my goodness. So registration is really information, right? It's going to let you know exactly how to participate. It's a totally different event. If you think about how we normally host events, I know when we had first started Global Maker Day, going virtual was still very, very new. And really it gives everybody an opportunity to participate from anywhere at any time. So the information you get on how to participate, the details as to what you need to be prepared for, how to get your students on board. Sorry, my dog's making some noises over here. And really what all the things that you need to do to be prepared for Global Maker Day, it's all clearly explained in an email that you get after registering.
Okay, and the beautiful part is this year we have partnered with Roper Mountain in Greenville, South Carolina, and Thomas Riddle. You're kind of giving us what, like, this is where the organizing team will be. And anybody that's participating is going to be able to actually experience Roper Mountain the entire day. So let us know. Tell us more.
So yeah, we're very excited to be partnering with you guys for Global Maker Day this year. And I'm going to move out of the way because we have a class that is, say hi guys. So Roper Mountain Science Center is a unique facility, one of the most unique educational facilities in the nation. And we're owned by Greenville County Schools, and we exist to serve as a field trip destination. We do about 55,000 students a year in field trips and about another 55,000 in public for our public events. But on the day for Global Maker Day, we're going to be taking you live across the mountain and as we're in between sessions, our global sessions, and we'll get to explore a little bit of the 8th largest refractor telescope in North America.
Whoa!
Carolina, yeah, it's called the War of the Worlds Telescope, and we'll tell you more about that when you get, when you tune in. It's a fascinating telescope, very historic telescope, built in 1882, originally for Princeton University, and we've housed it here since the early 80s. We'll also go live to our Living History Farm, where we have 13 historic structures that have been relocated here from all over upstate South Carolina and Greenville County, and see what we do with making down on the farm. We'll go through an indoor rainforest and waterfall. We'll go through the Marine Lab and Harrison Hall in that same building and touch sharks and pet stingrays. And then we'll go up to Sims Hall of Science, where we do a lot of our heavy making, especially in terms of technology, robotics, physical and chemical science. And then we'll take a visit into the largest planetarium theater in South Carolina with a massive 50-foot dome, 4K projection system that's getting ready to convert over to all laser projection, which is going to be fantastic. So yeah, there's going to be a lot to do, and we may even stop by the dinosaur trail and see some of our life-size dinosaurs that are very popular. So going to be
this is when you go, I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. Thomas, tell me this, how, like, right now we just are seeing a little sneak peek, but how big is Roper Mountain Science Center?
Okay. We are actually located on a 62-acre campus, heavily wooded. You might be able to see some trees all around me here. We're in the Environmental Science and Sustainability building right now. This is just one of multiple buildings on our campus. You know, it's really funny, Mary Alice. A lot of people call us the Disney World of Education because we have these kind of themed worlds around here. So natural science, where we have the indoor rainforest and the marine lab. And then we have the Living History Farm, which is kind of like Frontierland. The natural science building is kind of like Adventureland. Then we have the planetarium and the observatory, which is like Tomorrowland. And so there's really some cool parallels. And we believe in immersive storytelling and story-based learning. And So you really come here on a field trip and get immersed into a story as you learn. So a lot of fun, even with our visitors too.
Well, Jamie, let's get you back involved about that. We came up with, we kind of planned this out, some top 10 reasons why classrooms should register for Global Maker Day. And I'm going with the number 10. We'll go backwards until we get to our number 1. But this is an incredible day. It is so much fun. And it's really about classrooms around the world. So tell us, this is like the 7th year for Global Maker Day?
It is. Actually, I think it's 8th.
Okay,
It's the 8th event. 8th
Okay.
event.
How many?
But I was wrong. I'd have to go back and double check my math.
What do we like? What? How many classrooms participate? How many students? How many countries? I mean, give us like a general idea.
Yeah, it's really, initially started off as being an event that was for people to go beyond just collaborating, which I think we were starting to head into quite well, and really moving into actually doing something with that collaboration. It not just staying stuck in the fact that we just keep, repeating the same stuff, but there's actual action that is taking place from that discussion. So Global Maker Day was the start of kind of taking what we talked about and putting it into action in our classroom. So the concept of making is very different. It really is what inspired us. I think most of us really prefer to learn through creating and doing, and giving our students an opportunity to be part of that on a daily basis beyond, one day, but really giving our students a re envisioning what that can look like. And it's a lot of fun. I think that's where we need to be. Students need to learn from fun. There's a lot of studies that show that fun will help them make connections that they wouldn't on a paper and pencil or piece of paper and a pencil going through worksheets.
Amen. So tell me, can you give us like an idea how many students, like generally speaking, have been able to participate over the years in Global Maker Day? How many countries? How many states?
I mean, I'm going to say millions. I mean, according to registration and how many students are participating with that teacher that participates, it has impacted a lot of students around the world. It could be students that are repeating. It could be students that are experiencing it for the first time. It could be students that started off as students in it and later became educators in it. It's really just the time of that we've been able to see the impact with, the states here in the US, as well as different countries around the world, that people all take it and run within it in a different way, which is,
well, I know being part of that organizing team, it's fantastic because it really doesn't matter what your time zone is. You can come back, you can participate live, but you also can come back, and it's something that doesn't just have to happen on October the 18th. It can continue. And I've been kind of putting up our other reasons for like our top 10, but like this number 7, I feel like is really important that classrooms should know. The materials, you're just supposed to show up. This is supposed to be so flexible of a day. The materials that you have, you'll be able to participate. Do you want to add anything about that?
Yeah, not all of us have a Roper Mountain to go to every day, right? So I think it's incredible what they're doing there and what they're making available. But the fact that we're not stuck there on a daily basis, where, can't go there, we don't get to have this type of experience. I think that's when you really give and empower your students to say, yeah, I could take what we have and I can do something incredible. And that's the challenge, honestly, not for the kids. It's for the teachers. I get so much pushback about this from teachers because they want to know exactly what they need, all the supplies they need to go out and buy. And it's like, no. So we really try to encourage teachers to just let go, let their students just shine and see what they are able to do. And you will be pleasantly surprised every single time.
I know I got this, top 10, number 6, we've got this incredible lineup of speakers every year. And they are speakers in classrooms around the world. And I feel like that is a universal message, right? that this isn't just something that should happen in some classrooms or those classrooms or this community. This is for everybody. This is very inclusive. It's for all makers. So
Yeah,
that
I
is
think
another reason why.
we got to experience that just a few minutes ago as we were prepping with Roper Mountain, and including all students in and whatever level that they're at, and letting them be part of that experience, right? You specifically work on the accessibility aspect of Global Maker Day, Mary Alice, and that is so important because we want to make sure that this is available for everyone. My big vision is one day we do have, sign language taking place for the event, that we do have the accessible text available during the live event. There's always the vision of, making our site more accessible and available for all. There's all these things that we really want to move into. It takes time. It takes a lot of resources too. But it is one of those things that we definitely want to make sure we're always moving in that direction.
And if we want to give a shout out for just one of our sessions is talk about accessibility and inclusion. It's a deaf organization in Nigeria, and it's where they're going to be modeling, making a hand sanitizer, but I think it's like it's foot activated. I don't know. Did I get that right, Jamie? But just a wonderful opportunity to model all sorts of makers. I know we've had Deaf Kids Code in the past as well, an organization here out of the United States.
Yeah. It's really interesting because what we get when they submit their sessions is maybe just a sentence or two describing it. A lot of it is connecting through the organizers and understanding their organization and what they're doing. But I think that's the coolest part is it's always a surprise for us. Every time we're in a session, we're like, whoa, can you explain that? No way. Like, how did you guys do that? We're enjoying this just like everybody else is as organizers being part of the event.
Oh my gosh. So Thomas, I want to prepare you that like when it's like we go live on Global Maker Day on October 18th, it's like drinking out of a fire hydrant. It is so exciting. It's fast, it's furious. And that's why our number 5 reason is this is that, again, you can jump in and out. I know, Jamie, that teacher librarians, media specialists, classrooms, they'll have it going on all day long. And if for whatever reason we're going out for lunch or it's recess time, that idea of popping in and popping out, and that speaks volumes about the flexibility.
100%. And, some people can't do it on the day. And I think that's also an important factor. We actually have people starting Global Maker Day before the event even starts for us. So you'll start seeing posts going out there about what they're doing in their classroom, and they make it work for their students and their situation. And that's all we want. We want it to just be an inspiring, not just day, time, forever, inspiring our classrooms to change and be able to adjust and modify. I mean, I feel like that's almost like what we ask makers to do, right? Being flexible enough to change and make something work for them and what they need. And everybody does that. I love it.
Okay, so yeah, of course, another reason organizing team is awesome. I'm representing today. I am rated M for maker. Jamie, you want to just give a shout out to all the organizing team?
Yes, we have. Oh my gosh, we have an awesome group. I'm just going to list them by name and I don't want to forget anybody because I'm going to go off of my head here, and that's dangerous. But I'll start off with you, Mary Alice. Mary Alice has been part of Global Maker Day every single event. This has been a journey with her family and being part of other events, global events that we've been a part of in the past. And it's been a wonderful adventure together doing this and seeing this now part of what she does with the DigCit SDGs event this year and past Digital Citizenship Week events. So it's just really cool to see that all come together. All right. So we also have, Roper Mountain is helping us organize this, obviously. So we definitely want to give a shout out to them.
Thomas Riddle in the house.
Very, very cool. This has been this is not just like, oh, where should we do this? Let's do it. It's like, monthly meetings, biweekly meetings. We start seeing this start to pick up and getting all of this scheduled and the collaboration in the process. So we're so thankful that Roper Mountain has made this be our host location this year. So we're so thankful for that. All right, I'm going to go down the line inside of our website, and we have Michael Drezick up in New York. He is joining us. He's super creative. What he brings in is always, what can we do here? Let's change this. Let's be creative. Heather Brantley is a brand new organizer this year. She is actually joining me from my local city here in my school district. She taught my daughter. She's been part of Global Maker Day every single year, for several years, I should say, and now is joining us on the organizing team. Will be joining us at Roper Mountain. Kyle Kitchen is new this year, although he has been part of Global Maker Day every year. He has been really great at bringing in creative videos. He has been sharing out Global Maker Day before being an organizer, and has done these really awesome videos and just very creative and out of the box thinking. He's doing obviously a lot on the STEM side, so he is a natural fit. Katie McNamara, Kate, let me combine these two. Katie and Amy Storr both started at the same time because they transitioned with me from another event that I did on the global front that I'm no longer doing anymore. But I asked the team who wants to join, and Katie and Amy both said me. I'm just so thankful. They've been there from day one to see this transition in the years. And it's just been really amazing to bring in their talents and their skills into the team. Nancy Pinchev, I will say, I'm going to actually talk a little bit about Nancy here in a second when we get down to number 2. And then we also have Scott Nunes, who's joining us, who was formerly in California, now in Texas, and his passion for 3D design and creation has been really cool. So that is our organizing team. We just have a variety of incredible folks that make this happen every year.
I love it. And, here comes my number 3, is that day, kind of like what we just said about the, drinking from a water hydrant. It's fast and furious. It is so exciting. It is a day of curiosity, wonder, and awe. And, every 30 minutes, the presenters change, the topics change, the challenges change. And so I think, how many sessions are happening in that day?
We have 16 different sessions. So every half an hour, we have a transition to a new presenter. They also, and I love that you added this in here, they can't just go in there and share a session. They actually deliver a session, but they've also presented a challenge to the viewers. So students aren't just sitting there watching, they're actively making during the session as part of what they're doing. So not only are they hearing, they're doing, they're actively participating in that way. And we have crazy challenges all throughout the day as well that pop up, and we challenge you and during the event oftentimes. But those presenters coming in and doing this, it just keeps you on your toes all day long.
I'm going to go back to number 5 for a second, because it ties in with that number 3 every 30 minutes. So that idea that on October 18th, I can have it running. All I have to do is, I've got to register. And once I'm registered, I'm going to be able to have it on all day. Every 30 minutes, it's changing, different presenters, different topics, different challenges. But in the event, time zones don't work or my schedule in the day, my gosh, this is an opportunity that, like, every Friday, Fun Friday, I'm going to go back to Global Maker Day, and I'm going to pick one session every Friday, one challenge to do. I mean, this is something that can be ongoing. Doesn't have to be just for the day. And I love that about the flexibility.
Yeah. One thing I will point out before we go over to this awesome number 2 is that you can always access all the video content, all the challenges, past presenters, all at globalmakerday.com. So being able to go there and see past information, stream of social posts, connect with the organizers, ask questions. That's something that we get year round, that people are able to go to and check out. And we just continue to collect with the amazing things you guys are doing to inspire others around.
I love it. And number 2, drum roll, please. Right back to Roper Mountain Science Center and Thomas Riddle. I mean, you've kind of already given us that little preview, but I mean, I know that in our planning meetings that would you just share Greenville, South Carolina is really on there on the list.
Oh yeah. So, you guys are going to be tuning in live. You're going to be coming to virtually visiting uh, the city that the New York Times recently said is the top 10 places in the world that you need to visit this fall. So, I mean, that's world. I think we were sandwiched somewhere between Cairo and Paris. No joke. We are one of the up and coming cities in the nation. Um, kind of top 10 and everything. Places for education, places for professionals retire, outdoor adventures, food scene, name it. So we have a very beautiful downtown. I hope we'll be able to, during the course of that weekend leading up to, that we can share some things out to kind of highlight the beauty of our downtown. We actually have a waterfall that runs, so a river that runs beneath Main Street, a beautiful waterfall, 40-foot waterfall. And it's a fantastic city. And of course, we're blessed to be part of this city. We actually are within the city limits. And like I said, it's very unique in that this facility is owned and operated by a school district. So there really is nothing else like us. We've looked. There's nothing else like us anywhere in the world. And we really take our mission seriously to ignite the curiosity of all learners. And so Global Maker Day is a great partnership for us because making is an incredible way to ignite your curiosity and explore that curiosity. And one thing I love that you said earlier, Jamie, was about the importance of play. Play is really the cousin of creativity. And it's when we play that we really get to develop our creativity and our imagination. And so that's one thing we take seriously here. That, as Jamie said, yeah, not everyone has an incredible facility like this, but we want to inspire teachers to go back to their classrooms and apply some of that wonder, to apply some of that imagination and creativity that they learn while they're here, modeled by our amazing staff, and do that in their own classrooms. So we hope that by tuning in throughout that day, you'll be able to get some inspiration from our instructors, from just this beautiful location and some of the things that we do around making, that little nuggets that you can take back and use in your own classroom and your life.
I'm waiting for that immersive experience in there too. I would love to see.
Yeah, you just missed a snowstorm in class. I mean, we just had you may have heard some kids screaming in the backgrounds because we were making, and it was snowing in the water cycle store, which is a form of precipitation. And so, yeah, we like to do it up here. And the great thing is that we do it. We are heavily inspired by the Imagineers, and while we don't have that kind of budget, we do have that kind of. And so, a lot of the things that we do through grants. We do through the support of the school district. We also do with on a shoestring budget, and it's just all about. Don't ever think that your resources are a limitation, because as soon as you say that, you've said, "Yeah, I would love to do that," but is a very dangerous word, because whatever comes after that "but" is an excuse that we make to prevent us from stepping into whatever we really dream of doing. So we love to encourage students and teachers and our guests to really explore their dreams, and don't let anything stand in your way, including budgets.
Yeah, this one's going to be hard to top in future years. I mean, how are we going to beat a Roper Mountain for next location, Mary Alice?
I don't know, but I do love that idea that yes, the event's October 18th, but once we are there, the organizing team is there, you can follow just that hashtag, Global Maker Day. And if you're just following that hashtag, you'll be able to experience, I know that we're going to go on some like field trips too. I don't know what else to call them, but we're going to go on some learning experiences prior around Greenville. And that will just be another, opportunity to really experience and celebrate. I feel like that's the part. And if I'm going to go with number one, I can't tell you how many times I have heard students, the team has heard students say every day should be Global Maker Day, because it's a different type of learning experience. It's not that one size fits all. It's not, we're all doing the same thing the same way on the same day. This is something I feel like should be like the tagline for Global Maker Day. Every day should be Global Maker Day. That's it.
I agree.
That's why you should register and join us.
We should have that on the website, Mary Alice.
Yes.
Every day.
Yes.
Yes, I totally agree. It's been a really incredible journey. I do want to mention Nancy Pinchev, one of our organizers, is not going to be with us this year. She had an opportunity to travel overseas, and she's sharing out and doing amazing work with classrooms. And she is actually going to be joining us, I think, from Kuwait, right, Mary Alice? She'll be joining us from Kuwait and sharing out what they're doing that day. But she recalls her favorite times growing up in South Carolina was going to Roper Mountain. That was one of her spotlights.
Oh my
So
gosh.
one of our organizers actually was a student that attended Roper Mountain.
Oh wow. That's how cool, man. It made my day. My heart just kind of like pitter pattered.
She's so bummed not to be with us, but she said we're gonna just have the best time ever. So we're pumped. It's coming up quick. Mary Alice, the SDGs, DigCit SDGs is coming up as well in October.
I'm going to just put that there too, because we've partnered with Global Maker Day. Well, Digital Citizenship Week is always the third week in October. Since 2009, we've put on a variety of different events during that third week. Some of them have been day events, some have been 24-hour events, some have been every day for the week. But this year, we decided, instead of doing an event, it actually is inspired from Global Maker Day. Let's create opportunities every single day in the month of October to like that actionable piece, that call to action, something to do, not something necessarily that we just talk about or we, consume. It's that, we're going to be creating. And so in partnership with Global Maker Day, all month long, our focus is going to be digital citizenship, as well as the SDGs. So we're using that DigCit plus SDGs. Our hashtag is DigCit SDGs. On October the 18th, Melissa Hayes is going to be double dipping. What we're doing is every day you can join us. We have a classroom around the world to do it that will be hosting a live kind of classroom social media takeover, where we're going to get a sneak peek into what does DigCit SDGs look like in your community. And so that will happen with a challenge. Okay. Again, really inspired exactly for what we've been doing here with Global Maker Day. And then October the 18th will be special because Melissa will be doing both that, social media takeover, and she'll be presenting at Global Maker Day. But to join us, I have it down below. That's the Global Maker Day, but let me put in, here we go. Oops. There we go, up above. Yes, digcitinstitute.com/DigCit SDGs. And so that's something, again, I think whether it's K-12 classrooms, whether it's a teacher librarian, you could have every single day something, that actionable piece. To me, DigCit SDGs is actually identifying real problems in local, global, and digital communities and solving them. I'm hoping this is the start of some incredible passion projects, because to us, this is just the beginning. I can't officially announce our venue yet, but soon I'm going to be. We're going to have a live student showcase this upcoming spring. It will be a hybrid event. And I'm hoping, it could be some of the projects that happen as part of Global Maker Day, as part of DigCit SDGs. What happens in October, we could continue to celebrate and showcase this upcoming spring at one of our events. So I hope that you join both Global Maker Day and our DigCit SDGs. And in fact, Thomas, before we went live, you showed us that water room, which I think is behind you. And I know you can't go in there, but I'm hoping, will you grab a little video in there? Like, even if it's after we go live, because I feel like that connects to the global goals. That's, and I can tell you, if my colleague Eugenia was joining us, she's done a really amazing project with classroom exchange. Students in Mexico practicing English, students in upstate New York practicing Spanish, and they're trying to solve the water crisis problem around the world. That's DigCit SDGs. in action.
Oh,
Oh,
look at that.
One of our watersheds locally at Lake Jocassee, which National Geographic a few years ago named the top 50. It's in the top 50 places in the world you need to visit before you die. So this is part of a lesson that we teach with the importance of preserving our watersheds, and we do a lot of hands-on activities here using stream tables and things like that, including our AR sandboxes, which are super cool technology, which we can talk about maybe later. You can make it rain. Through AR. So yeah, we are very much. We have two permanent exhibits in this building. One's on called Sustainable Future that I was saying in just a minute ago, and the other is called Our Water Story, because we really take seriously the importance of protecting our water. And Greenville has a very unique water story as well. We have the I believe it is the oldest protected water sources by public utilities network in the nation. So Greenville Water has been protecting land for over 100 years, and so therefore we have some of the cleanest drinking water in the United States. And so this community has always taken water quality very importantly. So we can maybe talk about some of that too during Global Maker Day.
I think
Oh.
it's wonderful. So I can't thank you both enough for coming and talking about the excitement of this upcoming event. And I'm so proud that I get to be a part of it. I get to work closely with both of you. And the countdown's on until we actually get to be there in person. So thank you for this sneak peek. It's like, I can't wait. I'm going to go. In fact, let's open up the suitcase now and get ready. I'm like ready. And
Woo!
yes, and all that anybody needs to do to, get your suitcase ready is to register at globalmakerday.com.
Mhm. That's
So
awesome.
that's it. So thank you both.
Thank
thanks.
you.
Appreciate it, and very excited for you guys to be here. This is just a small little sneak peek of all the wonderful resources we have here. So can't wait for you guys to see it all.
Wonderful. Thank you. See you soon, October 18th. Register globalmakerday.com.
Awesome.
Bye.